Hi guys, I know it's a little bit late for some of you, but I wanted to pop on and tell you all thank you and how much I appreciate every single one of you that support me and love me and contact me each and every day or comment on my post. Um, there are, I'm truly blessed. Like, I can't tell you how blessed I am. I know I'm going through a horrible situation and I've been through several horrible situations, but I am truly blessed because I have so many loving, caring, kind people in my life that reach out on a day-to-day basis and genuinely ask how I'm doing or comment on my post. One thing I would like to apologize for is, and I know I don't need to apologize to anybody, but I don't always comment back on your comments on my posts. However, if you message me, I try to message everyone back. So I just wanted to pop on and say thank you. I also wanted to give everybody a little bit of an update on my mishap today. And it's not funny by any stretch of the imagination. I should not laugh about it, but it's how I personally deal with things is I laugh at myself. Hi Shannon, hi Brittany, hi Diana, hi Megan. So what happened today is something that's not supposed to happen at chemo. And I was sitting there getting my chemo. I was actually on a leadership call. So I was working while I was at chemo. I do that most days because I don't have the kids there and it's quiet in the room. So I do phone calls and I'm on leadership calls, or I watch leadership things or read. I do self-development stuff and try to reach out to people. Madison. She was being so quiet. And then of course I get on a live and she's crazy. So, what happened was somehow, I think, and this was not by in any means the medical staff's issue. They didn't do anything wrong. I have an amazing infusion team and doctors and everything. So nothing on their part went wrong. It was just like a fluke of nature. Yeah, Madison's in the background doing her thing. Jackson's next to me. Look, he's sitting here. He's playing, sitting up like a big boy. Say hi, everybody. I'm getting teethies and I'm chewing on everything I possibly can. Huh? So what happened was my IV went in my port. That's right here. See my little port where I get poked. And there's different connection pieces that they connect together so that they can stop when they're changing out different IVs. And every third week I get 3 different types of chemo. So today they gave me my first round of chemo, and the nurse came in to check it because it was beeping saying it was done, and then she went to flush it. So she set it up to flush, and I'm sitting there and I look down all of a sudden and I have blood running down my IV, which is not normal. You should have it going in, not out, unless they're trying to make sure your port's working to get your return, to make your flows going good. So we'd already did that. Everything was working correctly, but I have blood coming out and I'm like, that's odd. I shouldn't have blood in my IV line. So I hit the call button for the nurse, which I don't normally hit the call button. They always kind of yell at me because they're like, you're supposed to be taken care of while you're here. And I'll go out, and I've been there so many times, I go out and get my own stuff and do my own thing basically because they have tons of patients doing this while I'm there. So I try to do a lot for myself, even though I get in trouble for it. It's just the type of person I am. Anyways, so I look down and there's blood going down my port, or not my port, but my IV from my port. And I called the nurse, and then as I'm sitting there, I had a pillow on my lap. I wasn't even really paying attention. I'm like, why am I all wet? So I look down and there's blood, not a lot of blood, like it was diluted. It wasn't a lot. There's blood all over the pillowcase and the blanket that was on me. And what had happened was the part where the IV that was going in me to the little connection thing had come undone, and those don't do that. Like, there's a mechanism on them so that they can't do that. So we don't know what happened. I think it was just, sometimes when things are made in mass production like that everything can have a fluke or an issue. So the nurse comes in and I said, I think we have a problem because I'm leaking. And I hold up both pieces, and I had or I put it back together so it would quit leaking until she got there. And then I said, I hold it up and I said, it was leaking from these two pieces. So she like, not panicked, but panics in a way. She's like, oh my God, you need to stand up and take off your clothes right now. And I said, like, literally right now. And I started laughing. I'm like, you want me to strip right now, right here? And she was like, yes. And I was like, okay, can I go in the bathroom and do it? Like, I mean, I'll do it, but like, seriously, do I really have to take off my clothes? Funny story is they had a training yesterday to if this were to happen, a chemo spill, because it's very, very toxic chemicals that they're putting into your body. Like, so toxic to, like, today when I have chemo and for like the next 3 to 4 days, Jackson, not that I take them in the bathroom with me anyways, but if any of you have kids, you know how like they're like a dog. You go in the bathroom, they like stick their paws or their hands underneath the door, all of that. So like Jackson or Madison cannot be in the bathroom with me when I pee because the toxic chemicals are so toxic that, you know, when you flush the toilet, they splatter. So I have to flush the toilet twice, obviously wash my hands. These are precautions because the chemicals are so toxic and, you know, they're going in me and coming out of me when I pee. So anyways, she tells me I need to take off my clothes and I need to go in the bathroom and take a shower. And I was like, are you serious right now? And she was like, totally serious. So I did what they told me to. I strip down and go in the bathroom, take a shower. They get me some scrubs to wear. They were very nice about it. We switched rooms so everything could be sanitized. It's not funny. It really isn't. Sanitized and moved into a different room. And, well, my clothes did not make it. The clothes I wore to chemo today had to be thrown out because they weren't sure if I came home and washed them that it wouldn't contaminate my house and or do anything harmful to my children and or me. They checked the area of where it like touched my skin or whatnot, and like I said, it was highly diluted. It was probably a very, very small amount that touched me, but I'm laughing because I'm like, only me, this shit only happens to me. Like, I seriously, I don't know, but I really think like I have the like sometimes the best worst luck ever. But it's a learning opportunity. Like, it totally was a learning opportunity for the nurses. And I was happy that it happened to me. You want to know why? The nurses were really busy because they had, like, 3 other people starting their infusion journeys today. Whether it be chemo or they're getting infusions for other reasons. Because there's a lot of reasons you have to get infusions. So, or transfusions or whatever. So, this infusion center, there's 3 new people starting today. And I told the nurse, I was like, I am so happy this happened to me and not someone else. And she was like, why would you be happy this happened to you? And I said, I've been coming to you guys literally for over a year. I started going to this infusion center when I was about 2 months pregnant with Jackson to get infusions because I had hyperemesis and I puked all the time. So I went 1 to 3 times a week. So when I found out I had breast cancer, I had asked to go to the same infusion center. They have an infusion center at the Rocky Mountain Cancer Center where I go for all of my cancer appointments to my oncologist and stuff. But I personally requested, like, can I have my chemo here? The doctor thought I was a little odd, but I was like, no, I like know these women. I have a rapport with them. I saw them 3 times a week for literally 7 months. Like, they know my children. We're comfortable there. They're so sweet and nice. They're very helpful. They're very informational. They like follow up on everything. It's just, it's been an amazing experience, and I truly am blessed that everything happens for a reason. Totally 100% believe everything happens for a reason, even if we don't know what it is. Like, I am such a believer of that. So, Lisa, you're asking if I've had side effects to Taxol. Yes, I am extremely tired. I know that sounds funny that I say that because I'm a thriver. However, many of you know I'm not currently using a lot of the product because of medical reasons, and I took it into my doctor and they told me why. Let's see, I'm reading the comments, sorry. How many more treatments do I have? I have 5 more after today of Taxol. I'll have 12 altogether. I had 4 of AC, and then I will continue to have chemo every 3 weeks after the Taxol, for up to a year, possibly a little bit longer, depending on the findings when they do surgery. I'm not like, okay, I'm not happy that I have cancer by any means. I'm not. Like, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. People that get cancer, no matter what type of cancer it is, it doesn't matter how small or how extreme it is, it's a hard pill to swallow. Like, it really is. I can tell you the first that I had, I was angry, sad, frustrated, confused, all of these things. But I can tell you one thing. I've never asked myself, and I'm putting this out there, why me? Why this happened to me? I know there's a reason why this happened to me. I know I may not understand it. I know I may not be happy with it, but there is, my eyes water. That's also a side effect. There's also a reason as to why. Whether it be that I'm creating awareness, or I'm helping others, or maybe it's a lesson my family needs to learn, or my kids, or people around me, my friends, my loved ones. Who knows what the reason is why, but there's a reason why I have this. Anyways, so I take my shower, do all that stuff, and then I finished my chemo. They finished it. It took a little bit longer because of our mishap. And when I was done, I asked the nurse, I said, so do I really not get my clothes back? And she was like, are you attached to them? And I was like, no, I'm not attached to them. The shirt I just recently bought, so it's whatever. The jeans I had on were jeans that I hadn't worn in 2 years because I didn't fit into them, and now I do. So I was a little bummed about that, but whatever. But to tell you the truth, the thing I was most upset about was my bra. I know that sounds stupid, but I have learned to invest in a good bra, and my bras are expensive. So I was a little upset about my bra because I literally had to give everything. The only thing I could keep was my hat and my socks. Everything else got wet. So everything else had to go, and it's in the trash now because it's contaminated. So it's all good. So I just had to share that with everybody to let you know it's all okay, because I had a lot of people comment, and literally, like, I'm laughing through the whole process, and the nurses are like, you've got to be the only person that would laugh through this. And I was like, guys, we have a rapport, and like, stuff happens. It really does. Like, it wasn't anybody's negligence or anything like that. It happened, and it is what it is. I know, Lisa, like, it is hard to find a good bra. It really is. So I was a little bummed about that, but it's okay. I have other bras. And Sam, I had socks on in my hat, so I wasn't like completely naked, but I was pretty naked. I had to get naked to get in the shower. So it was interesting. It was a funny experience. I thought I would share it. I don't know what I'm doing as far as my surgery yet. I'm taking into a lot of options. I've seen 3 different surgeons. I think I've narrowed it down to the surgeon that I'm going to be seeing, and I see a plastic surgeon on the 24th of this month to narrow it down even more as to what we're going to do, because you would think having big breasts would make things easier for surgery options, and it actually makes things a lot harder because there's not a lot of tissue left when they take everything off. So we'll see what happens. Jackson's going to get crabby because he's teething. He is so teething. He's drooling all over. He's chewing on everything. He wants to chew on your hands and anything hard he can get in his mouth. And yes, I'm giving him all the stuff for it, so no worries there. But he gets crabby in the evening because his toofies hurt, huh? Your gums hurt, don't they, buddy? So I just wanted to come on here and tell everybody I'm fine. They were possibly going to admit me to the hospital because they weren't sure, because like, this doesn't normally happen. It's just funny how yesterday they were training on it and talking about the protocol, and then it happened today. So, but I'm very happy that I'm going to start wearing a cheaper bra, the infusion. Good point. But I'm happy that it happened to me and it didn't happen to one of their new people, because, oh my God, had that been my first experience, I would have been totally, completely freaked out. Like, it would have scared the crap out of me, because I wouldn't have known what to expect. You don't know what to expect when you go in there for it first time. And then, do you want to come here, buddy? Hang on, guys. I got to pick him up. Okay. Hey, Madison, can you get me brother's binky? You want to get mad? Here. So anyways, I wouldn't wish that on a new person at all that had never been through it or done it before, because it can be scary. Like, you don't know what to expect. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know how you're going to feel. You don't know what the side effects are going to be. What's the matter? Are you going to smile and laugh for everybody? What's the matter? What's the matter? Was Mama not holding you? She put you down? Are you spoiled, Jackson? Say yes, but it's okay to be spoiled, isn't it? Yes. So anyways, it would be freaky for that to happen. Did you bonk go ahead? You rip it around like you own it. I mean, he does own it. It is his head, but it's heavy and he doesn't quite know how to control it yet, do you? Yeah. Anyways, so I'm happy that it happened to me and not a new person starting chemo. Sorry, I'm trying to get resituated. I'm going to lose my earbud. So it was and I felt so sad bad because I almost went into the other lady's room, but I didn't want to be that crazy lady that invades your privacy. Because there was this girl that started today and she was so scared, and I felt so sorry for her because she brought all these people with her because she didn't know what to expect, which was awesome that she had a support system, but you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know how you're going to feel with it. Every time I go and get chemo, I never know what my reaction is going to be to it. And it's hard. There are so many different side effects. I have sores in my mouth now. I have lost all of my hair on my body with the exception to my eyebrows and my eyelashes. And when I say all of my hair, I mean all of my hair. It's saving me some money. Let's just put it that way. It's scary because, like I said, I have sores in my mouth that will go away eventually. I've lost all of my hair. I can tell you that I'm liking not shaving my legs and my armpits. I can tell you that. That's been nice. And some days I shave them anyways just because, muscle memory, you do it for so many years, you forget that you don't need to do it. So you're in the shower doing your thing and it just happens. So, so yeah, I felt sorry for this lady because she had no idea what to expect. And it's crazy because you don't know. Every time, so my first 4 treatments, I couldn't drive myself. The chemo was so strong that I had friends drive me to and from chemo because I literally was so out of it afterwards. I could not drive myself to and from chemo. I'm actually driving myself to and from now because my body's handling the Taxol better. But in a way it's not because there's no reprieve. I get it every Wednesday, whereas with the one before I was having it for a week and then I had a break for a week. So, I mean, everybody's different and reacts to things differently, but it's not easy for yourself going through it. Hang on one second. I'm going to turn him around to hold it better. Okay. Got a better grip on him. I have watched family members go through it, and when I was the family member watching someone, I thought to myself, this is so hard on them, but after, on both sides of it, it's hard on both sides. It's hard on you and it's hard on your family. I hate to say it, but I'm irritable because I'm sleep deprived. That's one of the side effects I'm having. I'm not sleeping very well. I'm irritable because I am sleep deprived, not to mention, I have a 4-month-old, so I'm sleep deprived because of my kids, and then it's a side effect to it afterwards anyways. I'm short-tempered. I did talk to the doctor about that because I don't like how short-tempered I am. I cry a lot some days not because I'm having a bad day, because I don't feel I'm being the best mom that I can be because I am short-tempered. And now I need a tissue. Hang on. I'm getting through this because I think it's important to tell people about it. And I know that I'm doing the best that I can and I'm trying, but it's hard to have a toddler and a baby and go through this. It really is. And I have an 18-year-old and a 12-year-old, and they help when they can, but it's just hard. It's stressful on all of us. It's stressful on my husband. It's stressful on the kids. It's stressful on life situations. It's stressful on family members that like don't live with you because they try to help and they don't know how to help. So best advice, if anybody wants it, take it or leave it, is Jules, if you want to do that, then send me a message and I will get that to you. It's hard when you're going through it to accept help, especially if you have a certain type of personality, which I very rarely ask for help. So that has been a challenge for me. I have had to literally like break down and say, I need help. And it's not that I'm breaking down. It's just I have to give in to my own self, which is hard. Like I literally have to ask for stupid, simple little things. And it's not stupid, simple little things in the sense that they're stupid, but like the other day and I had this conversation with the nurse because she asked how I was doing. I was making Jackson a bottle, and my husband likes to put the lids on the bottles, and I couldn't get it off. I made him a bottle, and he was hungry, and I fought with that thing for like 10 minutes, and I couldn't get the damn lid off. And thank God my husband was home, because I went to him, I'm like, can you take the lid off of this bottle? And he looked at me funny. You have dexterity problems, neuropathy. So I couldn't get the lid off the bottle. And I took it to him and I was like, can you take this lid off? And he's like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I just can't get the lid off. Like I couldn't. I didn't have the strength in my hands to take it off. And he was concerned by it because it can be a permanent side effect of the chemo. So the doctor checks and talks with me about it every week. But I'm so sorry to hear about your husband, Diana. It's very scary. It really is. So he took the lid off the bottle and he was like, you need to talk to the doctor about this. And I did. Come to find out though, she had a good point, the nurse today. She's like, did he take the bottle out of the dishwasher when they were warm? And I was like, I don't know if he did or not. Because it could have like pressurized because the bottle was hot and whatnot. So I don't know if he did or not, but that could have been a reason. But like, I can't button buttons. Ken, in a good way, was picking on me the other day because I put on a button-up shirt. I couldn't button the buttons. I was like, I need help. He's like, okay, we're going to pullovers and zips because you can't button. And if I'm not here, I can't help you button your shirt. So there's different little things. It's just interesting, the little things that we take for granted, like buttoning a shirt or whatnot. So, but I wanted to let everybody know that I'm fine. Like I said, they sent me home. There was talk of whether they were going to send me down to the ER because this doesn't normally happen. And they weren't sure if I was going to get like a chemical burn from it or whatnot. But it was very diluted, so I'm okay. So they sent me home, told me to take another shower and to take some more Benadryl just in case. So I'm good. I'm fine. I'm going to be fine. Everything's going to be okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I wanted just to say I appreciate everybody reaching out. I apologize I don't message back on all of my comments because I have such a huge, loving, supporting system. No, my skin did not get burned, so that's a good thing. It was a little irritated, but that's also a side effect to chemo. I don't know if you see this red spot over here on my face. Every time I have chemo, it pops out. It goes away, but it pops out every time. So, there's so many different side effects. Like, you can have problems with your teeth. Like I said, it attacks your fast-growing cells. So, like your hair, your skin, your nails, all of that, your saliva glands, anything that's very fast-growing. Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you and tell you all how much I appreciate you. I love the support. It's overwhelming at times, but in a good way. And I also wanted to tell everyone, If you need help with something, I will eventually get back to your messages. It's usually within 24 to 48 hours, usually sooner. But if you have questions about anything, if you're going through the same thing, please don't hesitate to reach out. I am not an expert by any means, but I will give you what knowledge I have. I would love to share it because this is scary and it can be scary. And I will tell you, like, having cancer and going through it, it is, oh my God, I would say 80% mindset. If you can stay out of your own head and you can try and think positive and surround yourself with positivity and loving and light, then it makes so much of a difference. And don't get me wrong, I have my bad days. I do. But I'm trying to share those with you too, just to let you know that it does happen. And if you guys need anything, have questions about anything, don't hesitate to reach out. I just found out I will pray for you, Kimball. I am so sorry. Definitely, yeah, I will pray for you, honey. And it doesn't even have to be cancer, like any type of health challenge, like lupus, fibromyalgia, like all of it. I am not an expert, but I have learned a lot over the years. My aunt suffers from lupus. So if anybody needs help getting information, you don't know what path to go down, I've learned so much from like insurance companies and the things that you have to do and the hoops you have to jump through. Can I just say that the U.S. health systems, it sucks. Like, it really, really does suck. The hoops that people have to jump through and the things that they have to do or whatnot. But like I said, I feel that I'm blessed because we have financially set ourselves up to where when it comes to medical things, we don't have to worry about a lot. However, I can say dropping some money for some very expensive prescriptions, no matter whether you're financially set or not, does not hurt any less. So, with that being said, no. So the magic mouthwash, I'm supposed to try a couple things, Lex, and if they don't help with it, then I get the magic mouthwash next time. One of the things that I really like about my oncology team is they don't try and throw a lot of prescriptions at me. If I'm having, I don't know why somebody just had an unhappy face, but whatever. Anyways, they don't try and throw a lot of prescriptions at me. I have several for nausea and stuff like that, but I use them as needed. And I told them, I was nauseous for 9 months prior to this, so it's almost like the Lord was preparing me in a way. So I have them as needed, and then like they'll let me go a couple weeks to see how things are going before they throw a prescription at me. So they try to give me home remedies first before I take a prescription drug, just because you can have side effects to that as well. So, yeah. I know, Aaron, I can't even imagine. I have another friend that has to have back surgery in March, and I'm praying so much for him that it comes out the way he wants. And it's scary because one small move could just make it go the opposite direction and you could not have the success. I'm so happy that you're doing well. I wish there was a way I could help you. If I was closer, I totally would come and help you because I know how much of a struggle that's been for you. And it's hard. I know it's been hard for you to ask for help, but please tell your family you need help. Tell your friends you need help. And do that because you're the only one that can advocate for you. So, and it's not a weakness to ask for help. I actually think that it makes you a stronger person to admit that you need help and that you want help. It's a very hard thing to do if you're stubborn like me and like to do things on your own. That's probably been me and my husband's biggest challenge through the whole thing, is that I don't want to not stop doing things. Like, I continue to do the household chores that I do and take care of the kids and everything. And he tells me you need to rest, but I tell him, you don't understand. Like, I would love to fall asleep every day, but it doesn't happen. So, my cold weather, I honestly couldn't tell you. I had issues prior to Thrive with cold weather, with body aches and discomfort. So I don't know if it's just because I'm not on Thrive at the current moment, all 3 steps, or if it's the cold weather or what, because that went away when I was thriving. So I couldn't really answer that question truthfully, Tracy. The best way I can describe it is like starting to get the flu, like your body just aches everywhere and hurts everywhere. And then when you have the chemo, depending around the time or whatnot that you have it, and everybody's different, but they say 1 to 3 days after you have it, you start to feel the side effects of it. Then you start to feel a little bit better. And then I have chemo all over again. So it's a vicious circle. So, let's see. What kind of cancer do I have? I have breast cancer, Alyssa. I was diagnosed a month to the day after having Jackson. I found out that I had breast cancer. I found a lump in my breast, and we thought it was a clogged milk duct. And I went to my doctor several times every time I took Jackson in for a milk check. Wow. For a milk check. Yeah, I took him in for a milk check. Every time I took him in for a weight check, because, you do that after having a baby. You have to make sure they're gaining weight and growing like they should be. So I found it 3 days after I had Jackson when my milk came in, because it pushed it down where I could feel it. So in a way, my baby boy saved my life, because I may have not found it till a lot longer, and it was worse than it was. But I had stage 2 breast cancer. It formed in my milk duct, but it did not affect Jackson in any way. That was one of my first questions, like, oh my God, what is this doing to my baby? But I found the lump, and I went into the doctor, and again, they thought it was a clogged milk duct. So I did the things for a clogged milk duct. And then we kept monitoring and checking it, and it was getting bigger and bigger. And then I had an ultrasound and a mammogram, and they did a biopsy and found out that it was cancer. And mine was growing at such a rapid rate. It was growing at an 80% rate. So from the time I found it to the time we did the biopsy, it had tripled in size. So speed to treat mattered. So that's why I went with chemo ASAP, because of, your toofies hurt, I know. Because it was growing at a very rapid pace. And had I ignored it, I may not be here to tell this story or this live, or I may have stage 4 instead of stage 2. So, it's stage 2, but it was growing at a stage 4 rate. So, yeah. Yeah. Just reading everything really quick. I'll go back through the comments, and people have questions, I'll answer them. But anyways, I wanted to say thank you, tell you all I love your support. You're amazing. I appreciate it so much. I'm trying to share my story in hopes that it's going to help others, maybe catch theirs before it's too late, and create awareness. So if it's helping, I hope it is. And if it's not, it's helping me by sharing. So it's like therapy in a way. I have okay. So Angela's asking, do I have chemo until it's gone? Because I am negative for progesterone and estrogen negative. Like, I was negative for estrogen, progesterone. I was like 3% positive, and I'm HER2 positive. So what that means is that it's a hormone, a HER2 hormone that's in my body that was growing the cancer. So I had very, very strong chemo to start out with, and Taxol's pretty strong, but then I have what they call Perjeta and Herceptin 2. I will continue after I'm done with Taxol to get the Perjeta and the Herceptin for up to a year, possibly a little bit longer, every 3 weeks, depending on what they find when they do surgery. Oh, sorry, I clicked on a thing. So it really just depends, but I definitely will be having it for a while. But the Perjeta and the Herceptin 2 targets what's growing the cancer. So they use the AC and Taxol to shrink it and to try and make it like go away and stop growing. And then they use the Perjeta and Herceptin to target the cancer to make sure that it's not going to continue to grow and that it's completely gone from your body. Technically, it's not ever completely gone. Everybody has cancer in their body. You, me, Madison, Jackson, every single one of us have cancer in our body. You're born that way. Everybody has cancer cells. The way you get cancer is they start to mutate. And there can be a lot of factors as to why that is. So, how long did I have the cancer before? They didn't say how long I had it. We're not sure if I had it while I was pregnant and it was just growing because of my hormones and pregnancy or whatnot. So they don't know how long I had it. I just was very proactive and was lucky enough to find it early on, and I'm having a great response to the chemo. My mass is almost completely gone. They're hoping that I'll have a completely pathological response, which means that when I have surgery, and depending on what surgery I choose, if I do a lumpectomy, they'll go in and remove the area around it, and the completely size of the whole mass, because they put markers in when they did the biopsy, so they know exactly where they need to take it out. Even though it's not really there, they'll get rid of all the tissue that it was in and a little bit around it. Or if I choose to have a mastectomy, then obviously they get rid of the entire breast. I think it's like 3% that they end up leaving. So it really just depends. And I'm meeting with a plastic surgeon, to find out what my options are. Because like I said, I thought with being that I have larger breasts, that would be an easy thing, and it really is not. So anyways, I'm going to let you all go. I know you keep having questions. You guys can continue to comment, ask your questions, and then I will answer them. I have to have mammograms every 6 months for the first however long, unless I have a mastectomy. If I have a mastectomy, then I won't have to have mammograms, but I have to get checked and do mammograms and whatnot afterwards, and then I'll actually be on chemo medications for up to 5 years after I get everything done and over with. So anyways, hope you all have a wonderful night. Thank you for hopping on and letting me tell you thank you, and thank you for all of your love and support. I appreciate each and every one of you, even if I don't directly message you and say it to you, but I hope you all have a wonderful night. I just wanted to let everybody know that I'm okay. We're okay, aren't we, Jackson? Yes, we are. Or you want to talk to him? Are you whining? The toothy's hurt, huh? Say bye-bye, everybody. Go say bye-bye. So everybody have a good night. Enjoy your weeks. Oh, do you want to talk to him again? Was it funny? Was it funny? Oh, talking to him? Oh, you want to smile? So sorry. I know I keep saying I'm going to let you go and then I don't. I had somebody message me. Apparently, Gerber Baby is looking for a new Gerber Baby this year. And someone messaged me the information on it. It was like, you should totally submit Jackson because he's got cute chubby cheeks. Cute chubby cheeks. What do y'all think? Do we have a new Gerber Baby right here? Should we do it? Should we submit his picture and see what they say? Yeah? Cute chubby cheeks? Would you make a new cute Gerber Baby? Huh? What do you think? Can you smile for everybody? You gonna laugh? Say hi. Alright, sorry. I got sidetracked playing with the baby. I will talk to you all later. I love everybody. I love the support and the help and the kind gestures and everything everybody does for us. We appreciate you all. Have a nice night.